Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Source Snack Break. Today is Monday, August 17th. I'm Brittany McLean with Source. I'm stepping in for the lovely Ren today, and I'm joined by our guest, Brianna. Nice to have you here.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes, we're excited. Yes, and for everybody who's joining, I want to let you know that this presentation is being recorded. You guys are also muted automatically, but like Allie there, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to use the chat. You can also throw up your favorite emoji along the way. So please make use of that. Also, you will be sent this after we wrap up. So if you need to step away or want to reference it later, you'll also get a copy of the recording. So today we're going to be talking about McGrory Glass. And I just want to remind everybody that for the month of August, we're really celebrating and thanking people who've donated to our new library space in Portland. And we are so excited to have you join us. And thank you so much for being a part of the new library space. So to get things going, Veronica, if you don't mind just telling me a little bit about yourself, how long you've been with McGrory Glass, any fun facts about you. We'd love to get to know you a little more before we jump in.
Well, fantastic. And thank you guys all for your time today. I really appreciate it. I have the pleasure of being the McGrory Glass rep for the Pacific Northwest area. I have been with McGrory Glass for 12 years, and I have clad the Pacific Northwest territory for 6 years. So I call them Seattle, basically Oregon and Washington State. So I love traveling. I love nature. I like fitness. I also really like red wine. And I'm married for 23 years. I have a son, married for 24 years. I have a 23-year-old son, and I have 3 rescue skipper keys.
They're so cute. One of them earlier, yes.
Yeah, they're a bit of a handful, but I'm an avid dog lover, so.
I love that. Well, it seems like the Pacific Northwest package there, wine, outdoors, pets, you're in the perfect
exactly
for it. I love it. I love it. Cool. Well, great. So let's go ahead and kind of get started. Tell us a little bit about kind of the types of products that McGrory uses. I know today we're really kind of focused in on the marker boards. You guys do all kinds of great things, but tell us a little bit more about the company and sort of some of the applications that you're really seeing today.
Well, currently, glass is kind of very universal, and what McGrory Glass offers is we're really kind of a single source for glass solutions in the world of architecture and design. Beyond, we have tons of decorative products that I'll touch base on, but just so for those of you who don't know, we are also the supplier of radiation shielding glass for X-rays. We are a shot distributor for their fire-rated glazing. We have anti-reflective glass for museums. We have the switchable glass. That's the glass that's electrified and goes from opaque to clear. The past few years, we've been seeing a bigger trend of that in healthcare for privacy and HIPAA laws, but especially now with COVID-19, we're really seeing a need for glass barriers, desk dividers. We're seeing all of those things. As far as decorative glass goes, we do laminated glass, which is great for STC ratings. One of the things that we started supplying this year was also surface applied films. So if you needed glass that your budget maybe couldn't afford a laminated design, we can do a surface applied film now. And we also do back painted glass, which is very commonly used as marker board glass. One of the things that kind of sets us apart is the possibility is really limitless. We have no standard colors or standard sizes for our back painted glass. So you're not handcuffed to a 4x4, 4x6, 4x8. If you wanted to use glass for a backsplash, we can put cutouts in the glass, notches, anything like that for a receptacle outlet. But really quickly, I'll talk to you about marker boards because we were very excited to donate some marker boards to your new space.
I love whiteboarding, so we miss it so much. We can't wait to be back in the space and really be able to fully utilize it. But yeah, I think this is such a great product. So excited to hear more.
Oh, well, I'm really glad it's working out for you guys. And one of the things that sometimes people really choose glass marker boards because one, they're not porous. So you'll never get ghosting. Mind you, you do have to clean them with Windex and a soft cloth. Some people kind of have a tendency to forget that and then they think it's ghosting, but really they're just dirty. Yeah. So Windex and a soft cloth is great. Another thing, as I mentioned, the glass surface is non-porous, even our matte glass. So the nice thing is glass by nature, it has an antimicrobial surface. So in the world of COVID, we're seeing glass marker boards being used even more because they can't hold on to that bacteria. You clean them and then they're just clean, clean again. They're not going to hold on to that. We have typical smooth whiteboards, or really any color board you could possibly want. That's a writable surface, the smooth surface. We also have a few matte finishes. We have a matte finish that's projectable. We have a matte finish that is just anti-glare. A lot of people, one of the kind of like catches with the glossy marker boards, which is fine, is depending on the lighting in your room, you can get a lot of glare from, it is glass. So I personally really like the matte finishes, which I believe is what is in your office, correct?
I think so, yeah.
And so it's a really nice soft finish. Again, not porous. You just clean it with Windex and a soft cloth. It's easiest to use dry erase markers on there, but if you want to use some other kind of marker, you can. You may just have to clean it with a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser or something a little bit sturdier. So you can clean the Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. Yeah, I actually recommend that a lot. It will not hurt the surface of the glass. So something stubborn gets on there, Mr. Clean Magic Eraser is great. Two other things that we do, we also do magnetic marker boards.
Okay.
We get a lot of requests for magnetic. Obviously, kill two birds with one stone. You have a magnetic surface and a writable surface. And lately, in the top two pictures here, they're actually laminated marker boards. The picture on the left, where the glass is completely opaque, on the other side of that room, there's another conference area. So they're actually able to write on both sides of that without seeing through. The picture on the right is a project that we did at the Washington Post. They're kind of made a little collaboration area, a little, me-we type space. But since their space was so small, they wanted to have natural lighting coming through. So they actually used a translucent marker board that you can still see, but we're allowing natural lighting and some visibility through to the other side. So the possibilities are really endless. We have double-sided marker boards, magnetic marker boards, translucent, available in any color that you can imagine.
I love that. And one that stood out to me that's kind of unique is the ability to project on that. So I think that's a really cool thought too, especially if you're using it in a presentation room, to be able to kind of switch back and forth is really neat.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, one of our matte finishes was designed for projection. So, and we can give you the projection, recommendations and things like that for how to angle and how far away your projector should be. But yeah, it's a great product.
That's awesome. I love that, and I love that it comes in any size. Like I think that one down there, it looks huge. So that's amazing. That lower picture, that's. Really
they do have a max size. I believe the maximum height is 144. So okay. 144 on our glossy glass is the maximum height that can fit into our paint booth, but we can do 84 inches wide by 144 or anything underneath that.
Okay.
But because we do, which is gigantic. So it's like, I'm not sure you want to double check your elevators before you specify that.
Yeah.
I've gotten that call a few times. But yeah, the bigger they are, the heavier they are. So it's all a conversation. And should you need something even larger, we could bring in some oversized glass.
Okay, perfect. That's great. And I love that. And one of the other things I know that kind of comes up often is how, sort of the details, like if you want to, install these or, have hardware involved, how can designers utilize the surfaces that you have to really, kind of maximize their designs and take some of that work off their plate? What are the types of things that you guys are able to help with?
And I'm so glad you brought this up, because hardware is such a huge element of it. Other than, other textiles like, say carpet or wall covering, this is a little bit more tricky because it kind of cross-pollinates with architecture and interior design. Mm-hmm. So we have an entire team of people that are just dedicated to hardware. We have an entire door department that simply provides doors fully assembled, show up on site, already assembled, ready to be installed. All of our team also works with architects and interior designers when they need help specifying hardware like door panics, door locks, door handles, that sort of thing. So we have people that can help with the specification portion all the way to see it through to the end. As far as the marker boards and mounting, we have a system called Captive Hook. Our Captive Hook system is designed to mount glass onto walls. We have a couple different iterations of the system. One of the systems is engineered and fully patented. We also have a ceiling mounting system. Believe it or not, we get a lot of requests for glass on ceilings. And as far as walls go, we don't have our own wall system. However, we work with all the wall systems out there. So our glass is compatible, whether it's just, tempered glass or laminated glass. We can also help you specify that too. If you need to hit a certain STC rating, we have all that information. So beyond being able to provide really high quality and fabulous products,
Yep.
we really have a fantastic team with lots and lots of experience. We have lots of engineers on staff, and we can be a great resource.
Cool. That's amazing. And you've been with the company so long. I mean, you are a wealth of knowledge when it comes to glass. So we love having you part of the community and be able to share that with us.
Absolutely. If anyone has any glass questions, I'm your girl. And if I'm not your girl, I can find somebody that they can answer your questions anyway.
I love that. I love that. And one of the things we like to ask here is, what are some things when people are, starting this, whether it's marker board or just sort of in general that, that you wish designers knew, or maybe, talk to you about it sooner? Are there any kind of tips or tricks that would be helpful to our design community of how to work, even smarter?
Well, one thing that people may not know about McGrory is we do all of our own glass processing ourselves. So we're not outsourcing anything. There are products on the market where the glass has to go out to be tempered, or it's imported from another country, so it only comes in certain colors or certain sizes. We do everything in-house, which means we bring in just raw materials and we fabricate completely. 2017, we acquired our own print division to print the laminated inner layers. What that means to you is we can do anything you need. We have about 6,000 different designs and patterns pre-existing, but if you had a certain blue you needed to hit for branding, or a certain design you wanted, we can print it in an inner layer. Our back painted glass can be done in any color. Glass is a great option because it's such a cleanable surface. A lot of people prefer it over acrylic. It doesn't scratch quite as easily. So really, we do everything in-house, and that means basically we can give you any kind of product or create something you're looking for. It also means great quality control, and we also have a lot of leeway when it comes to lead times, because we are not depending on outside vendors for our painting, our laminating, our tempering. We're doing everything in-house. So if your project falls behind schedule, that never happens.
Never.
But when your project falls behind schedule, I'm simply a phone call away. I'm 12 miles from our plant. I'm constantly in there to, we can juggle things around production. We always have guys that want overtime. We can get the job done.
I love that.
Yeah.
Appreciate you sharing that. And one of the things I think that's really cool too is kind of your mission about sustainability. I think this is also maybe a lesser known fact about McGrory Glass. Could you share a little bit about kind of how you guys are helping with sustainable practices?
Absolutely. One of the reasons I'm so blessed and lucky to work at McGrory, but one of the things that I really love and I'm so proud of is their commitment to the environment. They really have a huge passion for sustainability there. And in 2012, our plant went fully solar. So we became the only glass processor that I'm aware of that runs fully off of solar energy. We have an entire team of people dedicated to LEED. So we can offer EPDs, we can offer HPDs on our products. We're red list free basically for everything other than radiation shielding glass. So we can offer LEED documentation. If you go on our website, there's a little bit more to our story about sustainability, but it gives you all the facts as to our solar powered. Our facility runs completely off of solar energy. So we have over 2.2 acres of solar panels on our roof. And so we really love that we cut our carbon footprint down. So
that is incredible. And I think it's a really nice benefit. And that's something too that I know a lot of our designers are looking for. So again, when you're, if you want to check that out, again, there's lots of information on the source website, as well as, on your website. It sounds like you've got a lot more information. And of course, we'll throw up your contact information at the end too. So if people want to reach out directly, but could you tell me these pictures are so fun. Could you share just a little bit about kind of what's happening in these photos? And designers, if you have any questions, we've still got a few minutes left, so feel free to chat them in. But I'm curious, kind of, these are a little more, I would say, inspirational, and I'd love to hear kind of your thoughts on that and any maybe trends that you're seeing in terms of colors or designs that people would be interested in.
Sure. The three big trends sort of I see in glass are everyone's trying to get more natural lighting into their space. Well, glass is a great way to get natural lighting into your space, whether it's translucent or just transparent. We can do that. Branded design. The picture on your bottom left was actually for an architect's office, and they have a very particular color, yellow. We were able to match that color yellow. I forget, it was a Pantone color, but they wanted it in a transparent color, which is kind of a unique thing to do when you take an opaque color and turn it transparent.
Yes.
You can do that though. So a lot of times we see a lot of design for intents with branded design. And also too, a lot of people kind of like that open closed feeling. Glass, the picture on your bottom right, you have a very open feeling, but here she's in a closed, safe, private area where she has privacy. Obviously in the new world of COVID, we're probably going to see this even a whole lot more.
Yep.
The picture on the bottom right, the project was called Bell Textron, and they actually used laminated bent glass on this job. So we can also do bent glass as well. Now, the picture on the very top is one of my favorite pictures. It's from a pharmaceutical company up in Boston. Believe it or not, that's what you call an infinity box. And that is a piece of glass that's about 1 inch thick. It is 4 pieces of glass laminated together with interlayers inside of them. But basically, the basis of design is one-way mirror. So there is a one-way mirror, an interlayer, a piece of glass, another one-way mirror. And then the very back of the glass is actually a black back painted glass. So the entire reflections of these images going through the inner layer kind of come back at you. So that's actually an infinity box.
That is really cool. What a neat concept. I love that. That is so many ideas. I could see that and, you know, really making a big impact like in a space. And interaction, I imagine when you walk by, you kind of see it shift and move like.
Absolutely. So I mean, this was kind of a unique, kind of a very fun feature wall we got to do. But as I mentioned before, we do everything vanilla and chocolate, you know, and to crazy infinity walls like this. So, and everything in between. Also, as I mentioned in the beginning, all your performance products, your fire rated. We now have a full line of security glazing, impact resistant as well. So we work in lots of different sectors: healthcare, corporate interiors, higher education, stadium work, you name it, courthouses. We kind of play in all of those fields. So we can definitely be a single source solution for all your glass needs.
I love that. And I'm going to put this up right now too. So if anybody's interested in finding out more information or getting samples, there's a link there that should be showing up on your screen. You can also visit tothesource.com and search for that. And your contact information is on this next slide. So I'm going to throw that up as well. Designers, if there's any other questions, feel free to chat them in now. You can also register for another snack break. We're going to be continuing our series this week, kind of again showcasing some of the products that are in our new flagship library in Portland. And if you're in the area, we'd love to have you come in and check it out. And you can see, you know, the McGrory Glass in person. Try it out. We've got plenty of markers, so that would be great. It looks like we don't have any other questions, but Brianna, thank you so much for joining us today. And
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, exciting stuff. Well, have a good rest of your day. We'll talk to you all soon.
Nice. See you guys in Portland sometime.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.